Hey everybody, my name's Adam Schultz, and welcome to my senior project. Now this isn't actually my senior project that you're watching right now, however this is the first in a series of video log updates that I'm going to do to update you on what I'm doing for my senior project. So as you can probably tell from the premiere that I've got open in these monitors and just all the monitors there, and then you can see a camera bag back there and all that stuff, I like to do a lot of video stuff, and so for my senior project that's what I'm going to be doing. Now the end goal of this video project is going to be to produce a climbing video with my friend Connor. We want to do sort of an inspirational thing. We'll have some music going over it and then just some really cool shots of him climbing with maybe a voiceover in the end, and we want to just make like a really cool little condensed climbing video. Building up to that, however, I'm going to need to practice a lot on getting better with my camera gear, and Connor's going to need to practice a lot with getting better at climbing. And that's what these updates are going to be. At least for me, these are going to be me informing you guys how I'm getting better with my camera gear and how I'm adapting to capture climbing stuff. You can find out what Connor's doing over on his blog, which I can link to right there. Yeah, go check that out if you want to see what he's doing. But over here, I'm going to be talking about how I'm learning to capture climbing and what I'm doing to improve. I have a lot of experience with video stuff, but not a ton with climbing and not a ton with being actually professional. I've run a bunch of YouTube channels over the years and have really enjoyed producing content. However, this is kind of me stepping up to the next level and capturing something that's actually hard to film while keeping it more professional. So the first step to getting good at something, at least when it comes to video, in my mind, is figuring out what equipment you need, and I feel like I've done that, so that's what we're going to be talking about in this first update. I'd like to walk you through some of the equipment that I'll be using to capture Connor climbing, which will give you a better idea in the future of how I'm utilizing it. In the future, these vlog updates will actually be quite a bit different, with me filming Connor while he's climbing, while also telling you guys what I'm doing. But to start with, without any further ado, let's get the gear out of the way. So to start with, this is the bag that I'll be storing all of my equipment in. This is the Nova 140 from LowePro, LowePro, I have no idea. Either way, it's great though. Next up, we have my main camera. This is the AX33 from Sony. This is actually going to allow me to shoot 4K, which will be awesome because I can crop the video without losing any quality. It also has balanced optical steady shot built right in, which is going to be really cool because if I'm like in a precarious position where it's hard for me to hold the camera steady, the camera can actually help me with that, and so I can get really pretty steady shots even when I'm in, like, I don't know, when I'm balancing off a cliff or something. So this camera is going to be mostly used only for the main climbing video with Connor actually up on the rock, not the vlog style stuff. It's just a little bit too nice to have out vlogging all the time, and I don't want to risk this camera with that. So that moves us on to our next camera. This is my secondary camera, which is the CX240 Handycam. So this camera is essentially just a little brother of the AX33 that we just looked at. And although it does have a pretty similar lens and actually quite a bit better zoom, it's going to not get near as good a quality. This one can only capture 1080p versus 4K, and the colors and just generally everything isn't going to be quite as crispy and nice. So this is the camera that I will be using for the vlogs. This one's going to be nice for that because I can just always kind of have it on hand, record whatever it is that we're doing at kind of all times. I'm going to get it set up with a nice big memory card, and this one will be kind of always rolling while we're working on stuff. Whether we're driving and talking about the project or setting stuff up, this will be the vlogging camera, which will be nice to have. And after every shoot, I can just import all of the footage from this and edit it down into one coherent vlog of everything that we did, while the main camera will have all of the footage from the actual climbing videos, so it'll help me stay organized and it'll give me another camera to have on hand all the time, which, yeah, that's neat. Next up, we have my GoPro Hero. Now, this isn't the Hero 4 or anything, it's just the base GoPro Hero, which means that it's not going to give us the best quality ever, only 1080p, nothing special. However, it does still come with all of the durability stuff, it's waterproof, all of the stuff that you expect from a GoPro in terms of durability. And this one's also going to be able to be mounted to Connor's chest or his forehead for some really cool point of view shots. So that's going to be awesome. That's what this camera is going to mostly be for. Now we have one more camera that I threw in this camera bag just because kind of why not? This is the Stylus Tough 3000 from Olympus. Now this camera is also shockproof and waterproof just like the GoPro, but despite it actually having a lower resolution in its recording, it can only shoot 720p. This camera I actually prefer in terms of colors, and it has more megapixels than the GoPro. So if I do need to shoot underwater video, or if I need to drop the camera for some reason, I don't know, if there's a place where I need it to be drop proof, I'll actually use this camera instead of the GoPro. The GoPro is going to be exclusively for POV shots because this camera is going to just offer better colors, better megapixel stuff, better detail in the video. So this will be my underwater / shockproof camera. Now that's all of the cameras that I have, but there are a few more things in here. Next up we have, yes, that is unfortunately a selfie stick. However, I'm not going to be using this thing as intended. I've actually unscrewed the phone mount and now it can be attached to any of the cameras that I just showed off. This is going to allow me to get really cool high angle shots on Connor while he's climbing. I can actually be standing on the ground and then have the camera level with him without having to be standing on the top of the cliff dangling the camera down. So yeah, this is a cool piece of equipment that unfortunately is branded as a selfie stick, but it can work for so much more than that, especially in a video like this. So that's pretty much all of the interesting stuff that I'll be keeping in this bag. We've got some cables there, also some GoPro mounts, and then just some other random camera stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this first blog update. In future episodes, we'll actually be on the scene while Connor's climbing and while I'm shooting so that you guys can get a little bit of a glimpse into what we're actually doing and how we're improving. But I thought that this would be a good starting point so that we're all on the same page as to what equipment we're going to be using and what the project is actually going to be. So that's going to do it for this first one. Hope you guys have all enjoyed. I'm looking forward to doing more of these, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.